We'll restore common sense to our state government. We could state it clearly, simply, directly. We could base our commitment on 5 principles. 5 principles that we learned at our kitchen table or on our parents' knee. And here are the 5. First principle: spend no more than you make. Spend no more than you make. How many times have your mother or father or aunt or uncle or grandparent sat you down and said, for God's sake, spend no more than you make? Where would we be as a state government if we followed that simple principle? We have a constitutional spending cap. For God's sakes, let's honor it. We must reduce our spending to what we could reasonably anticipate in revenue, and no more taxes. Second principle: borrow no more than you could afford to pay back. Borrow no more than you could afford to pay back. Moody's, Fitch, Standard & Poor's, they downgraded our outlook as a state of Connecticut from stable to negative because they said you borrow too much money. We should cap our bonding levels to result in debt service of no more than 10% of our budget. We should borrow for projects that serve the greater public good: school construction, roads, rails, and creating jobs for Connecticut workers. And we should eliminate earmarks forever. Third principle: if it's not broke, don't fix it. But if it ain't working, get rid of it. We have program after program, and we never stop to bother to see if they're working. We should review every program on a 2-year basis. If it's not meeting its desired results, get rid of it. Fourth principle: the more government tries to do, the less it does well. The more government tries to do, the less it does well. You know, we're in all sorts of businesses in government. We're in a hospital business, the mortgage business, the banking business, the airport business. At one time, we were in the off-track betting business. Remember that? The only bookie in the United States of America that lost money. We should focus on our core functions: public health, public safety, education, transportation. Do it to a standard of excellence. And everything else, let's give it to our brilliant Connecticut entrepreneurs, privatize it so they can do it far better and far cheaper. Fifth principle, the words of our father of our party, Abraham Lincoln: we should have all the government we need, but only the government we need. We need to stop over-regulating, stifling, and suffocating our economic development. We should consolidate our thousands of state boards and commissions, eliminate duplication, excess, and waste, making government smaller and more affordable. These 5 common sense principles should be our platform. These principles are our common sense commitment to Connecticut. Spend no more than you make. Borrow no more than you can afford to pay back. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if it's broken, get rid of it. The more government tries to do, the less they do well. And we should have all the government we need, but only the government we need. So let's join together